Rainy days and Mondays usually get me down. KFI AM 640. We're live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app. But I was kind of pleased to see the rain not only on Sunday, but Monday. Originally, I thought we were going to have rain all through the weekend into the beginning of this week because different reports said rain possibly Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Sábado Gigante, and then maybe on the Monday. But instead, we only had rain, or at least where I was living, we had rain. I was going out Sunday early day. That's when it really started raining. There was some rain overnight, Saturday night into Sunday, but it didn't really start raining where I was living until Sunday day, and then it rained for the most part of that day or so into Monday. Stephen, where were you this weekend? Did you see as much rain?
Yeah, for me, it started around, I'd say Saturday night, like around 7 or 8 o'clock, and then it had like a quick, really hard downpour.
Yeah.
And then it let up again, but it kind of just, it was on and off the rest of the night for where I was anyway. And then Sunday, it was like clear for a good amount of the day and then started raining again.
Now, Mark was all over the place because he was not home. He was here in the studio Saturday night doing a fantastic Saturday evening show, sitting in for Michael Monks. We need to see and hear more of Mark Ronner.
I have fun doing that, and I was really flattered that you guys were even listening. I got some texts from all the crew during the show, and I would just want you to know that meant a lot to me.
All I know is I can't believe you got away with some of them jokes.
I don't think I said anything that would get the station's license yanked.
Shame on you.
Okay. Okay, you're lucky we're not pulling out the tape.
Just a couple wisecracks in the moment with my guest was from a comedy charity. So
how did you know what we were talking about, Mark?
Look at the time. I think it's time to go to the news. No, I was just trying to have some fun, take a break from all the heavy news of the week, and I hope we did that.
Oh, no. I had a great time listening because it's weird to listen and to know. Listening, knowing that you're sitting in the seat, probably some of the things you had to worry about before the show even starts, the difficulty of trying to keep it all together and sound like nothing is ever difficult. It's theater.
When people listen, they only know what they hear, and you go through a great deal. I mean, we had an exchange throughout the day about a phone call that caused all sorts of ripples. There's all sorts of things behind the scenes that listeners don't know about. And so if you watch movies like Network News or things like that, or that movie, The Paper, you get a little bit of an idea. Some of that's not really an exaggeration. No,
but you handled all of it beautifully. I just know I had a cocktail in my hand with my feet up. Thoroughly enjoyed. I was refereeing earlier in the day, so I finally got a chance to sit down and just listen. And I got in the house right as you were coming on the air. So thoroughly enjoyed you and want to hear more and more of you, not just in a news kind of responding capacity, but you getting to flesh your own thoughts and feelings about anything which you find important.
I really appreciate that. It means a ton to me coming from you.
So when are you coming back on the air?
I don't know.
Your own,
I don't know. It's just fill in for whoever, it's whoever's gone and whoever happens to be on the premises. And I never go anywhere. I have no family and my pets are dead. So it's like the guy in An Officer and a Gentleman.
That's macabre.
I've got nothing else.
Wow.
It's why I didn't have a plan to evacuate. We were kind of watching fires from 3 different places creep up on us the last 2 weeks. My plan was to come here. Okay.
Did you get any rain where you were this weekend when you weren't in the studio?
Tons of it. It gave me an excuse to blow off my back porch workout Sunday night. I was looking for an excuse to make a dent in a bottle of Hornitos instead of lifting weights.
Are we in the safe zone now? Can we say that we got through the rain without mudslides? Is it too soon to tell?
You know, Mo, that I am not the least bit superstitious in any way. Having said that, do you want to jinx this? Are you trying to jinx this?
No, I was just wondering, can we start celebrating that we got through one nearly missed natural disaster?
Guardedly.
Just one. Okay. So nothing has started sliding as of yet.
Oh,
and I know
fingers crossed.
Tuwala is checking the news right now.
Yeah,
I was looking for that all day today because the reason I started off with the rain was I thought we got a really decent amount yesterday, but it wasn't across the whole weekend. And since it wasn't across the whole weekend, maybe we could have sidestepped some of these mudslide issues.
Yeah, we thought it was going to be Friday as well, and I don't think we had much, if any at all, on Friday. But Sunday, last night was a deluge where I lived.
Yeah, nothing Friday where I was, nothing Saturday where I was for the better part of the day, not until maybe late Saturday night, as Stephen was saying, because we're relatively in the same area. It was wet everywhere where I was Sunday. And then when I was going out to officiate, put up one short video when I was officiating in Manhattan Beach. I use that as a location reference. It was pouring. It was pouring. But outside of, those spots in which it was pouring, it was pretty evenly dispersed. What about you, Twala?
Oh, I was like right there next to Noah, waiting for that ark to get built because it was coming down nonstop as if all of the rain had to come down in the valley. That's why I'm surprised you didn't get much, Mark, because you're not that far away from where I am.
Oh, well, let me tell you.
It was horrific.
No, I'm not. I don't want to downplay it. It was so severe last night that I put off also my late night Ralph's trip with the hookers.
Oh, man. Yeah, okay, so then it was.
The hookers got rained out too?
Well, I don't know if they did. I didn't go.
They have like parkas and special gear that they wear in the rain.
I wonder because when I'm driving down Figueroa, as I'm wont to do every now and then.
Okay.
Legitimate reasons driving down Figueroa.
Okay,
Not trying to stop on Figueroa.
Okay,
Yeah, she just needed a ride.
I was just wondering if they had different uniforms.
Eddie Murphy, please.
Oh, he knows where the button is.
Now we get
But it is funny that you brought that up because I had to drive down the same area. And right before, because it was kind of like drizzling when I started driving down, like around Figueroa, and I saw a couple of them, and then once it started picking up, then you see them throwing their jackets.
Oh, they got a
over
hoodie
their
at
heads,
least,
and they're running wherever they live. So yeah, they still worked it.
To be serious, yes, they have a rain gear. It's usually just a coat over whatever they're wearing, and then if you get too close to them, then they'll flash you to let you know that they're soliciting. I'm being serious.
Hookers got to eat.
There's I was about to go to Hollywood Shuffle mode. I was about to.
I was getting ready to go. Was it Friday? In Ice Cube's line? When they're standing in line for food?
Yeah.
I can't say that.
Yeah, you can't.
I just want to make sure you do which one I was
I was
talking
about to say garden tools got to eat
too. Right, exactly.
garden cakes. Garden cakes.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Now I'll say it. Look at the time. When we come back, we're going to talk about this effort to have California secede from the union. Here we go again.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
Well, it's Later with Mo Kelly on KFI AM 640.
Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. And sometimes you may want something, you may think you want something, but truthfully, you really don't. You haven't really thought it through. You don't understand all the ramifications, the implications, the consequences of that which you supposedly want. There's another ballot measure asking whether California should be its own country. They're gathering signatures right now. This is according to the California Secretary of State. According to the guidelines, if at least 50% of registered voters participate in that election and at least 55% vote yes, it would constitute a vote of no confidence in the United States of America. And it would lead to an elongated process, but that's the first step for California to become an independent country. But would not change California's current government or relationship with the United States. Huh? Yeah. Should the measure pass, a commission to report on California's viability as an independent country would be created. The initiative estimates one-time election-related costs, and forming a commission on national sovereignty and independence would cost $10 million. Estimates also show that operating the commission would take another $2 million in annual state costs. Let's skip to the end. let's play hypotheticals. Let's say all of these steps, we succeed. I should say succeed as in SUCCEED, and then secede SECEDE from the union. Have you really thought about what that means? Yes, I know California is like the 4th or 5th largest economy in the world, but does it really does it ever really explain to you what it means to be an independent country? You have to then negotiate all your treaties with all the other countries. You'd have to have your own standing military to protect your borders, because the US of A could still then invade you the next day and then occupy you once again, because your own independent sovereign nation, and you probably would not be a member of NATO, so no one's coming to your aid. Do you understand what it means to be an independent sovereign nation? That's why we have 50 states, not 50 different countries. Federalism, yes, I get it. California pays out a lot of money to other states as far as federal tax dollars. I get all that. But for California to exist independently, there are 35 million steps you have not considered, or consequences you have not considered, which probably would make secession a horrible, horrible idea. And I get the thought that, hey, we could be our own country and we don't have to deal with Donald Trump and we don't have to listen to anything that the federal government tells us. Okay, then what if Mexico wants to invade you? Because they could. You're just a little independent country. You're going to have to negotiate all your border and your trade deals with everyone. You know how badly that's going to go? Probably very badly. But there's always a year, an election, a state. How many times has Texas talked about secession? 35?
They can't even keep their power on. That's not even serious when they mention that.
All of that. Think about if California were an independent country today, and we right now need the federal government to bail us out with respect to the fires. You know what happens when you're an independent country? Nobody's coming to help you. Nobody. There's no one going to meet you on the tarmac and shake hands and throw you $2.5 billion. There's no federal aid that's going to help people get back in their homes. There's going to be no one there. Absolutely nobody and nothing. Because you would be an independent country. I know it sounds like a great idea. Oh, yes, we would be the United Republic of California or some stupid stuff like that. And then we could run California however we wanted. Except we would be on our own. What would our military be? You think we're going to have 4 branches of military? We're going to have an army and navy? No, you can't take the National Guard with you. That's the United States. You don't get to keep the military here. You'd have to start that from within all of California. You'd have to take all the surfer boys and the potheads and somehow maybe conduct a draft for them to become part of a standing military. Because you would need a standing military. Otherwise, we would get invaded like I was talking about.
Hey, I don't want to get too pedantic here, but didn't we at one point have a huge war over something kind of like this?
Yeah, we did.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, we did. Mm-hmm. I think that's how we became part of the United States, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. Am I wrong?
No, I'm ready to move on. I just want to
It is just weird how people don't know, first, general history. They have no desire to learn American history. And they haven't really thought the whole process through. I get it. A lot of us are really tired of the federal government as far as not doing the things it should or not doing the things as well as it should. Federal government possibly overreaching as far as invasion of privacy. Federal government trying to enact laws and policies that we don't agree with. I get all that. But separating from the United States of America is all bad for you. It really, really is. You would do better to just move to another country than hoping that California becomes its own country. Would it be interesting to see what would the capital of the United Republic of California be? Not Sacramento. Oh, hells no. Oh, hells no.
They would obviously make it Beverly Hills.
Yeah, that would be right. Beverly Hills. Yeah.
That would be the capital of New Cali, SoCal. What would we name it?
No, well, not only that. What would we have like provinces, like California, like Canada does, or will we have states in California? Los Angeles County could be its own state.
Yes, and everyone else would be a province, yeah, or maybe an annexed, mini state. I don't know.
Will we have a king? Will we have a president or prime minister, or both? Because there are some countries which do have a prime minister and president, like England, for example.
I'm looking at comparisons on maps to California. We're about the same size as Uzbekistan. Yay, us.
No, we economically are on the par with these other countries. But as far as infrastructure, oh no. Oh no. We would be worse off than Ukraine in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. I'm quite sure. You're the fourth largest economy. You have no standing military. Okay, you have no protections. It's not like you have anything, or you have control one of the most important ports in the world in Los Angeles. And you have no protection from the United States. That ends badly 99 times out of 99.
We don't get to keep any of the military bases and all the stuff that's there?
Nope.
That all goes back to the United States?
That's federal. That's federal land, as in like United States.
Well, maybe they could establish a consulate, like at Edwards. That would be like a U.S.
They'll have
consulate.
They'll have an embassy and everything, but it doesn't afford us any protection. Yeah, if all of a sudden, for some reason, I don't know, Colombia, since Colombia is in the news, Colombia decided to attack the United Republic of California, then we would have to defend ourselves against Colombia or any other nation.
Who's the president of California then?
Well, we'd have to organize our own government. That's what I'm saying. We have to choose whether we're going to have states, provinces, whether we're going to be organized in different districts. Depends. It's our country.
LA City Council can't even organize. What are we talking about here?
Well, we're talking about foolishness. That's the whole point. It's later with Mo Kelly. No, go ahead, Mark. Go ahead.
No, I was ready to go. If you're going to have a war with Colombia, you want to take into account that their soldiers might have a little something extra going for them, you know?
Look, they have an army, a standing army. How about that? You know, we wouldn't be able to stand up against Nicaragua at this point.
A standing army with a lot of that Bolivian marching powder.
Absolutely. KFI AM 640, we're live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app. And when we come back, we have an update to the whole Waymo conversation. Another Waymo has been attacked. And I'm here to tell you, I predicted this. I did predict this. I did. And we're going to see more and more of these. No, save it. Save it to Walla. Save it.
Look at the time.
You'll get your check on the other side of the break.
Look at the time.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
Waymo has been attacked and vandalized. It was without a driver or a rider. And when I say without a driver, there are times you'll find these Waymo cars being driven by technicians around the city as they work with it and watch it navigate different obstacles and situations. This Waymo Robotaxi was in the LA neighborhood of Beverly Grove and was targeted by a group of vandals. The incident unfolded around 4 a.m. at the intersection of La Cienega and West 3rd Street, Friday night turning Saturday morning. And LAPD took a vandalism report, but no arrests were made. The vandals are still at large. In footage posted on X/Twitter, a person could be seen on the roof of the car while another person was in the driver's seat. A third person was seen kicking the back passenger door. The passenger front door had been completely ripped off its hinges and was lying on the hood of the vehicle. And if you've never seen these up close, they're actually nice subcompact cars. They're made by Jaguar. They're pretty decent vehicles. They're not cheap, to be sure. All the windows, including the windshield, were shattered. And it's not clear whether this was a part of a street takeover or it was near a street takeover, and then people just saw the opportunity to vandalize the Waymo or something else. But this relates back to a previous conversation I had. And I'm not against the technology. I'm a firm believer that we're all moving in the direction of this technology. But I also said that we people are not ready for the technology, ready because it's not the technological element, it's the human element. And yes, the cars might be safer than a human driver. It's just the cars cannot respond accordingly to all the human variables, such as vandals. Like if I were in an Uber or a taxi, the driver knows how to get out of that situation, ostensibly. Drive away quickly, move away. It's not just going to sit there. These cars sit there in perpetuity. So I don't know what the answer is to criminals. I don't know if you do it like Death Race 2000, where you put, a 50 caliber gun on top of it with a laser sight. I don't know if that's the answer. I'm just saying something needs to be done for the cars to be able to protect themselves, or this is going to happen again and again and again. And I'm actually surprised that there isn't some other, not self-defense mechanism, but some sort of emergency mechanism to prevent this.
There should be. There should actually be laser guided turrets on top, or at least a Batmobile style incapacitor where if you touch the Batmobile, you are shocked damn near to death. Something should be done to dissuade these hoodlums, these, I dare say, scumbags from attacking innocent Waymos.
Wow, such strong language. Very, very strong language.
Let them be Gatlin gunned.
Look, to be serious, I'm surprised it doesn't have some sort of air horn, something which would be almost painful to the ear to get people to disperse.
At least a bear spray release, something that shoots
that's illegal, right?
Not for an innocent Waymo. At least something to disperse bear spray, not pepper spray, because a lot of people, I can take some pepper spray. You can't take the bear spray. Let there be some type of bear spray disbursement that if you are warned, you get one warning. Please back away from the Waymo. And if it's blank you Waymo, bear spray.
To be serious, I don't know how Waymo moves forward if they can't address this on some level. I don't know. It's bad press for the company, even though I'm not blaming Waymo for this. If you're in the news repeatedly, and now we're at the stage of repeatedly, where your cars are being attacked and being destroyed, it's not good for business at all. Because me as a rider, that would make me feel even more unsafe if I feel that I'm in a car which is a target for vandals and hoodlums.
Yeah, I feel you on that. That does make it harder to want to get into a Waymo. Waymo does need some type of, and I say this in all seriousness, some type of RoboCop-esque defense mechanism where, there was that Ed 209, which had a mechanism that said back away. And of course, Ed 209 went a little crazy and shot a bunch of people up. No, I'm just saying there's got to be something on that level, something on par where there is an AI system implemented within Waymo that allows it to defend itself.
Did you, Tawala, clear these remarks with your superiors at Waymo?
I speak for myself. These comments do not reflect the good people at Waymo. Although I'm sure
you're not being
agree.
compensated.
No.
I am not being compensated in any way, shape, fashion, or form by Waymo. I just love technology and love the fact that Waymo is at the forefront of trying to bring us closer to the world of at least Total Recall, if not
Johnny
outright,
Cab.
Johnny Cab, yes. If not close to Blade Runner.
This is the thing, and let's try to kind of compare apples to apples, and I think Stefan may have some feeling about this. I know Stefan, as someone who has driven for Uber, there was a time where people questioned the safety of Uber getting into the car, not only the safety of the rider, but safety for the driver. There were more incidents, I think, than people were comfortable with the whole rideshare experience. Then Uber made some changes in the protocol and screening of drivers. They added some safety features to the app itself for riders. Waymo's going to have to do the same thing, because if we know that the Waymo cars are going to be targeted, I can't in good conscience put myself or anyone else in a car like that. Yes, I know this is the exception, but it also proves the rule. It's not about how often that it happens. It's the fact that it happens. This is not a natural occurrence. This is not a fluke where Waymo took the wrong turn and all of a sudden it ended up, in the middle of a gang fight. No, the car itself was being targeted, which means that it'll probably happen again some other weekend where a crime of opportunity. Here's a Waymo. Here's 20 hoodlums. Oh my gosh, let's vandalize the Waymo.
Now, from looking at the videos that were posted, it does appear that this innocent Waymo wandered into the middle of a street takeover and was trying to make its way through and didn't understand that vandals and hooligans and ne'er-do-wells had taken over that intersection with their donutting and all that.
But the Uber driver, let's say Stefan, Uber driver's going to like, boop, boop, let me just back my ass out of here.
Now, you may, but there is also a story not long ago about rideshare driver who tried to go through that intersection and for some reason I thought like, hey, I'm just going to beep, and his car was attacked.
Yes.
So it does happen to actual drivers too. So watch yourself, Foosh. Don't be beeping.
No, I said boop isn't like backing up.
Backing away. Up.
Like I'm not going to drive into, this is a street takeover. Let me see if I can just drive through and interrupt the illegal activity in the street takeover.
Nope.
Nope. It's like, we'll find another route. Yeah. Rerouting.
I thought that was like a kind beep, like a boop.
No.
Okay.
Not like, man, get out the way, a-holes, trying to get through. No, that's going to make things worse.
Okay.
You're going to get double runnered and worse.
We've seen in at least one Billy Jack movie how that works out if you honk the horn at ruffians.
You mean it doesn't work out?
You get the living daylights beaten out of you. That's what happened.
Yeah. And that's what happened to the Waymo here because it tried to proceed through the street takeover. I still haven't gotten in one yet, and I have every opportunity. I'm reminded of it every time I go to Culver City because they're everywhere in Culver City. I see one every time I'm in Culver City. So they must be doing a lot of business there. And I thought about it. Maybe I should do it. And then I get a story like this, like, no, okay, I'll wait just a little while longer. Just a little while longer.
Wait till they iron out those kinks.
Yeah.
I just people destroying them.
I don't want to be caught up in the news. Radio host attacked in Waymo. Film at 11. No, I don't want to be that guy. Sorry. I just dated myself. Film at 11. No, there's no 11 o'clock news anymore.
And it's film.
I know, film.
It's film.
Do you know where your children are?
Oh, my goodness. It's later with Mo Kelly. KFI AM 640. We're live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app. And we have a beach update. What do you think it is? Yep. More feces. More feces in the water.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
Other than Matt Money Smith of AM 570, LA Sports, and the voice of the Chargers, other than him and maybe Joe Kwan of Spectrum News, who is in the water with any regularity in the winter? Anyone? I mean, who is out there? It's not Tawala. It's not me. And it's not Mark Runner.
No way.
And it's not Stefan. And I don't believe most of the people listening right now on KFI and the iHeartRadio app, not them either. I'm trying to figure out who would be in the water in late January, early February, when it's maybe 45 degrees, 50 degrees, rainy, bad air quality, bad water quality. Who is in the water?
Jellyfish. That's it.
Well, they're definitely in the water, stinging people up. Beachgoers in LA County are being urged to avoid any contact with the water. It didn't say, it didn't say it was safe to dip your toe in. It didn't say it was okay to go out to your waist and just wade in the water. It didn't say that, hey, maybe you could like put your head under and maybe go boogie boarding. It said avoid any contact with the water, particularly near storm drains. I wonder why that is. Creeks and rivers, because there's a lot of feces flowing down. The ocean quality rain advisory is expected to remain in place for all county beaches until Thursday. I'm not even going to be able to read you a list of some of the beaches. At such and such and such a beach, 100 yards up and 100 yards down. There's none of that. They said no contact with any of the water at any of the county beaches. If you can name an LA County beach, it's on the list. Do not go in the water at any beach in LA County. Quote, ocean and bay recreational waters, especially near discharging storm drains, creeks, and rivers, can be contaminated with bacteria, chemicals, debris, trash, and other public health hazards from city streets and mountain areas after a rainfall. Now, to be fair, a lot of this debris from the fires is likely flowing in the storm drains as well. So it's not just the typical garden variety, average run-of-the-mill feces. There's some other debris which is in there which must be taken into account. But still, I got to ask the question. I feel like Tim Conway Jr. I got to know. Who is actually in the water right about now? I know. I tend to be one of the people who does not like going in the ocean for just about any reason at any time of the season. But especially right now. Did you think that, you know what? I think it'd be a good day to go for a swim at Cabrillo Beach. And as a matter of fact, maybe I'll even go to Hermosa Beach or Redondo Beach. Or, I don't know, what about Dockweiler? None of them do not have any contact with any beach in Los Angeles County. Now, I can't speak for Orange County, but this specifically is about LA County. I don't know if the nasty-ass beaches stop right at the county line. I don't know for a fact one way or the other. I'm inclined to believe that the water, if it's nasty right near Orange County, it probably is nasty in Orange County as well, because water just has it like that. It just goes where it wants to.
You know, there's something else that's not as highlighted as I think it should be in this report. It's not just the poopage in the water, but with these recent rains that we just had, all that runoff, all that toxicity that's coming down from eating through the drains, and especially in the Palisades and Malibu area, all that runoff is now going into the storm drain. So it's not just poop, it's now toxic poop.
That's toxic squared, because poop is inherently toxic.
Inherently. So it is squared, yeah.
So, I mean, if it's bacteria, contaminants, yes, the poop alone is enough. But now when you throw it all in together
into a big stew,
yeah, it's just like a casserole of crap.
Yes.
In the water that gets in your mouth when you're like surfing. Joe Kwan.
And all your orifices. Stay out of the water.
They say do not touch the water. Do not come in contact with any of the water. Remember we had that story about how there was a certain water treatment plant which was overwhelmed because of all the poopage?
Yep.
And that was used to filter our drinking water. What do you think about... Never mind. You are what you drink. KFI AM 640. We are live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Not just stimulating talk, it's more. KFI.
And KOST HD2.
Los Angeles, Orange County.
Live.